with that name. He just said that on the show, Let Me Bang. And now his last name's Lane. So it fits perfect with his name.
He changed his nickname. It used to be Night Train.
Ooh,
there you go.
Big teep to the face from Austin
Wow,
Hubbard.
Austin's
Very first
looking-
strike of the fight.
Let's see how those hands play a part in MMA.
And again, Austin Hubbard is a tremendous counterpuncher.
You see Julian Lane is already biting on all the leg feints of Austin Hubbard, and I wonder if spending that time in bare knuckle boxing and not doing any kicking, not doing any knees, not working them, not having people do them to you, how is he going to react to the kicking game of Austin Hubbard?
Well,
Big change, big difference in change.
I mean, Austin Hubbard just looks like a man on a mission right now. Like, he's just laser focused, coming forward, kicking, and
Great
Julian's
leg
trying to
kicks.
find his rhythm.
And Julian has hit quite a few big left hands already, but Austin is just staying in his face. He's utilizing his kicks. He's hit some really nice teeps. He's going leg kicks, body kicks, head teeps to the face.
Couple jabs. Hey, listen, Julian Lane, his last 9 fights have been bare knuckle fights. It's a whole different deal here, and he's going with a guy that can strike in Austin Thud Hubbard.
Yeah, well, I mean, the guy's been on The Ultimate Fighter twice. He never got the UFC contract. He feels like there's unfinished business. He wants to make that step. He wants to do that. And tonight is a huge test for him, fighting UFC standout Austin Hubbard.
Nice lower leg kick, and now a level change by Hubbard, who gets
Beautiful.
a takedown. He slips out of that headlock that Lane had momentarily.
Yeah, he did a great job hitting that outside trip as he shot the takedown. But Julian Lane's right back up. I don't know if you guys can see it. Austin is doing a great job of kicking, but he doesn't throw anything before he throws that leg kick. And almost every time he hits that outside leg kick, Julian Lane is throwing back at him straight away.
Yeah, you got to set them kicks up. He's got to at least throw something in his face so he doesn't get countered.
Exactly. You just saw it there again. Austin threw that inside leg kick, and Julian smacked him right in the face.
In that sneaky right by Austin Hubbard.
Julian just wants to bang.
Just apparently. That's what I
Austin's
hear.
chewing up those legs a little bit, guys. Starting to really take its toll with leg kicks.
Well, see, that's the other thing about just fighting boxing for a while. Like, how conditioned are his legs? The only way you can prepare for leg kicks is to get leg kicked. And we all know in boxing, you don't get leg kicked.
Yeah, and I mean he was a star in bare knuckle boxing. I mean, he's a guy that was all over the promotions, and he had hands. He had some big highlights there. But now he wants to focus MMA. He wants to end his career in MMA on top.
Right now, Austin Hubbard doing a great job stalking. Julian Lane lands a right hand going forward.
There's some beautiful striking on display.
I believe Austin hasn't fought since the UFC released him. This is his first fight.
Oh, this is his first fight back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. First fight back.
And he said there was no other promotion he'd rather fight for than XMMA, which I thought was absolutely awesome. And he said it just shows the little things that XMMA does, having Pedialyte drinks after weigh-ins, giving them a schedule. Those little things add up, and it really makes the fight week a lot more comfortable for the fighters.
Hubbard continually going forward, stalking Julian Lane. Lane looking for that opportunity, and he just banged Hubbard. He just caught him. And I think he winked at him.
Austin let him bang, but Austin needs to go back to those leg kicks.
Yeah, absolutely, because that honestly looked like it rocked Austin a little bit.
Absolutely.
As he fell backwards, you saw his legs give out underneath him. He's right back on the money, but how many more of those punches can he take?
Right now, you got 1:30 left in this round. Got to be extremely careful if you've been caught once. Can you get your wits about you? There's using that front kick to give him some room.
Absolutely.
And use that level change again. Austin, you have good grappling. And even if you don't get the takedown, as we saw the theme all night, just that little level change makes strikers turn. I always say, if you shoot on strikers and you scare them with the takedown, they turn into a purple belt when they're a black belt.
You saw that jab land, then went for the big punch. Austin Hubbard had moved out of the way. It looked like a bad miss, but he was smart to get out of the way of that.
Yeah, 100%, because
There it is.
Julian's throwing with a lot of power. Every time he's trying to counter Austin, he's throwing absolutely everything he has into these strikes. And I guess that is the benefit of focusing on boxing for a while, is he has so much confidence in his hands. And if he can continue to close that distance or capitalize on Austin coming in and find a space for those hands, we've already seen the
nice
power
leg
that
kick.
he has in him.
Nice leg
And this
kick.
is a close round. Austin's, again, working that legs, making sure that he's getting that attention, that he's going to get his legs chewed up if he's coming in.
But Jesse, like you said, I just wish Austin would throw a little bit more in front of those kicks. He's doing a great job, though, going high, low, high, low.
Yeah, and honestly, set up the leg kicks against someone with the boxing stance like Lane. The leg kicks need to be utilized. He just needs to set him up a little more because obviously Lane is trying to capitalize, is trying to counter, trying to time him with those hands. And when you have that much power in your hands, that's kind of what you want to do, right?
Absolutely. Into the first round. And we did not hear the bell there. You saw the clock go off. But really, Austin Hubbard did a lot of the stalking in that round, but Julian Lane caught him good.
He really did. You know, he rocked Austin. He definitively rocked him. Julian Lane ate a massive teep to the face to start with. Austin tries to go for the takedown. He gets it, but Julian gets right back up. So clearly he's still been working on his wrestling defense. Julian's hitting beautiful left hands. He's timing right hands as Austin comes in. He's hitting those big southpaw check hooks. He's switching stance a bunch. And honestly, his lead southpaw check hook is probably one of his best strikes in this fight right now.
The one thing I saw with Julian Lane there, he connected once. If he's able to connect and put that combination together, Ian, that's where he puts people to sleep. But Austin Hubbard has proven tough to do that.
Yeah, I kind of just want Austin to just stay long, hit him with that jab, throw those kicks, set up a good takedown, at least get him thinking of the takedown.
Yeah, 100%. Or use his teeps ball. He has really great teeps and push kicks, and especially with someone who wants to knock you out with his hands, keeping them at leg distance so that he can't physically touch you.
Just like that.
Exactly.
Oh,
there
great
it is.
level change
exactly
by Austin
what we
Hubbard.
called for. Even if he doesn't get this, now he's got him thinking of it. Nice.
Okay. Hubbard's in the guillotine, though. And Lane's got the guillotine.
But you can see Austin is blocking the legs so that Lane can't block his hips.
And see how his hips are high?
But
He
now
should
Lane
be
has
good
the
here.
full guard, guillotine.
Yep, that's Hubbard's pushing down those legs, trying to stay alive. Let's see what Julian Lane has on it if Hubbard can slip out. Now he's in side guard.
That was great defense by Austin, working on pushing the legs away, not worrying, keeping himself out of the choke. Even though he is on his back now, he's not in a full choke like he was 5 seconds ago.
But credit to Julian for going for that guillotine and at least using it to sweep.
Well, now he's on top. And
and he's a boxer, and he's throwing up subs that were obviously threatening Austin that he had to roll to his back.
Yeah, do you think Austin expected that?
No, I think Austin just thought the hand. So credit to Julian. I mean, he's been working on his jiu-jitsu, his wrestling, and just being a full all-around mixed martial artist.
Listen, he's heavy. He's got it back in again. He's sunk in the guillotine again. Austin Hubbard's trying to get out of it. And this is a tough one as Lane has got that guillotine.
I thought I saw a tap too.
Did you
honestly.
see that? I thought I saw a tap.
Hubbard's trying to arch that back to stay in this.
Yeah, and he's taking advantage of no one seeing that but us.
Wow, we got to see the replay of that.
And Austin Hubbard able to get out.
Maybe he
Did he
let him,
tap?
Oh, look.
I don't think he felt it. Maybe it wasn't a tap because surely Julian would be protesting.
He would be contesting it for sure.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're back on the feet, though, where Julian wants to be.
Look how much they sweated. And that's one of the reasons you can get out of those submission holds is because you're not dry anymore.
Yeah, but Julian, right? He's not used to grappling and getting back up in boxing. Is his arm going to be a little gassed up from all that squeezing? This is new for him.
You know what I just realized? We're all talking about Julian Lane as if he's never fought MMA before.
Right.
Yeah.
He did the Ultimate Fighter twice.
Absolutely.
He is an experience. He's 13-8-1 with 7 submissions, and we're talking about him like we're surprised that he's trying to get into these submission positions.
No, and one of the reasons why is he did 9 straight bare knuckle, and it's such a difference.
Valid.
But he's able to change that mindset, which is very impressive.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, you're right, Jesse. Like, it's not new for him, but
it's new for us.
when you go that long without doing it, there could be rust. It could be some rust there. It could be some adaptation.
Did you guys just see Austin punch him in the crotch?
I thought the punch landed in his stomach. I didn't see it land in the crotch.
I thought I saw it land in
weird.
the crotch. Yeah, it was a
replay.
right straight.
Sorry, I lost my thought looking at that.
What? Looking at what?
That dick punch that I thought I saw.
Are you allowed to say that word on air?
Well, he just did.
I think so.
Too bad.
I was confused, right? Like, let's see the replay of that.
And again,
we're not in Nevada. We don't get in-round
coaches
replays.
Coaches cannot coach during this break.
We don't have Disney cracking down on us tonight.
It didn't look like that hard of a punch.
No,
you've got a cup on.
Yeah,
I don't have that equipment. I don't have that equipment.
Hey, all I know is I've been there a few times. It takes a while. Back in action.
Back on. Let's go.
The comments on the YouTube said they're completely okay with Ian saying dick.
All right. No, keep it PG-13.
But both these guys working up a sweat. This has been a very tight battle the whole way. Tough fight to score.
This is no easy fight for anyone. Like, the matchmaker did such a good job matching up even fights. Like, yeah, some guys are getting finished, but it was like comebacks.
And it was competitive
yeah,
up until
super
those
competitive.
moments.
Austin Hubbard's done a great job with his legs, guys, because you've seen what Julian Lane's done. He had a submission hold in. He rocked Austin Hubbard, but Austin's been pecking away with those legs all fight long.
That's right. So you can kind of, you know, Julian has taken over with the boxing and the grappling, and you would say Austin's best line of defense and his best weapon is to utilize his kicks, because that is a game that Julian does not have right now.
I'm feeling that I see Austin Hubbard, I think, has a little bit of a gas tank, but the one thing you have to worry about with Julian Let Me Bang is the power that he has, that one punch could end it at any time.
Do you think Austin will let him bang?
Beautiful duck under by
yeah,
Austin.
seriously. He said,
That
not
was
today.
amazing. Nope.
He said, not today. You're not banging today, bro.
Although I do question the desire to put yourself back in a grappling situation when you came close to being submitted multiple times within like a minute and a half.
Yeah,
Austin
but I
fired
think it
off
was just
one
a
elbow.
position thing. I think he should be fine in the guard. You know, Austin's no slouch in the ground, but like you said, he did almost get submitted.
Oh, big elbow miss. That one had haymaker written all over it.
But Julian's doing a really good job of not staying stagnant. You see a lot of people, when they get someone in their guard, they stay flat. Julian's going hip to hip, trying to roll underneath, trying to push him off. And then we saw using his up kicks to get back to his feet, which clearly is where he wants to be.
And then again, Austin Hubbard continues to go right back downstairs to the shin. Look at the inside of Julian Lane's left leg.
His left knee is red.
Oh, Hubbard took a shot. It was a grazing shot. It a little bit slipped off because of the moisture, because of the sweat on his face.
Austin keeps throwing that teep to the face.
Oh.
He caught him once right under the chin.
Yes, I think it was the very first strike of the fight. He caught him with it.
Ooh, nice right hand by Austin.
But, you know, Austin knows that Julian has to close the distance to land with his hands. So throwing those teeps up to the face are going to make him more hesitant
Keeps
to
him at
actually.
bay.
Yes, exactly.
You can feel the experience and see the experience of Austin Hubbard. Despite the fact that he was almost finished, watch how he just continued to press forward.
Yeah, so Austin actually did get that outside trip a couple of times, but Julian utilized his own grappling ability to try to get some submissions. You know, but Austin did not get out of his face. He kept coming forward and forward and forward, finally ending up back in the grappling in Julian's guard, utilizing ground strikes, just narrowly missed with a massive elbow. And then Julian gets back to his feet to start working on his boxing again.
Yeah, that elbow, when it hit the cage floor, it was like rattling. I mean, he put some oomph on that bad boy.
Yeah, I mean, if that landed, that would have definitely been a cut, if not been a finishing elbow.
I mean, fight fans, when you're watching these two, you watch the number of kicks that Austin Hubbard has piled up throughout this fight, because I think that's the difference when you're looking at judging this, because this is a tough fight to judge.
I'd like to see the stats on that. Are we keeping stats tonight?
We're going to need to on leg kicks.
Yeah,
aren't we?
absolutely.
He's just chipping away with those kicks, chipping away. And it's slowing the movement down of Julian. It's harder for him to get in and land those big shots.
Yeah, he went downstairs and then went to the midsection as well.
Yeah, we saw it in an earlier fight.
Ooh, uppercut.
Nice uppercut.
Did a great job of hitting the leg kicks in order to set up the head kick, and I really love that we're seeing Austin Hubbard do a very similar thing. Hit the low kick, hit the low kick, hit the low kick, get Julian Lane thinking about the leg, and then bringing that kick up high.
You see them talking to each other. Listen, Let Me Bang can throw some shots, but the reason Austin Hubbard's nickname is Thud is because of the power that he has on his punches as well.
Austin is tough. He's eaten some big shots. He definitely got rattled in that last round, and he's still walking forward like that didn't even happen.
Yeah, I feel like Austin's kind of getting in his groove right now. He's walking forward. He's looking confident. Just looks like a man on a mission. And for
Front snap kick.
Nice level change. Oh, there's that guillotine again.
Julian is doing so well in these grappling scenarios.
He is. He's showing
He's
a
going
lot
for
of growth.
broke. Oh, that's
now
tight.
he has a guillotine with. Does he have the arm trapped between his
No,
legs
it's
as well?
arm in. Oh, he does.
Is his left hand
No,
trapped?
he's
No,
defending.
there you go.
It looked like
There's a
it.
better camera shot of everything. How can Julian Lane squeeze this? Austin Hubbard, is he going to get out?
No, Julian's now on his back. He needs to be on that right hip.
Yeah,
But he's
Austin
using
Hubbard
it to
slips
get up.
out again.
Oh, wow. That's a huge momentum shift right there.
Do you know what cut Julian? Because he has blood coming out of his face. I think he has a cut.
Maybe that toenail.
Yeah, it's
wrong
the
fight,
earlier
wrong fight.
Hubbard trying to get into full mount.
Yeah, but Julian, like I said before, he never stops moving on the ground. He's constantly trying to dominate, to get back to a dominant position, to work his way back up. He's trying for submissions. Even here, pressed up against the corner of the fence, he still has his legs engaged and is trying to get back up.
2:53 left in this third round of this unbelievably entertaining fight. Austin Hubbard's been in trouble. He's rocked Julian Lane as well. And right now, Austin Hubbard taking advantage of his time on top.
I mean, for Julian to take this fight against Austin Hubbard, his first fight back to MMA, that just shows how game he is.
Yeah.
And on the flip side of things, for Austin to fight Julian Lane, his first fight out of the UFC, that just shows how hungry he is to get a big performance, to go back to where he wants to go.
Well, high risk, high reward,
Absolutely.
right? For both of these guys tonight, they both took on super tough opponents, which means that whichever one wins now has an elite level name on their record.
Yes, exactly.
Austin Hubbard pounding away at the kidneys right now on that elbow. And I'm guaranteeing you that don't feel good.
I love those elbows to the body on the ground. I think more people need to do it because they clearly don't feel good.
And Julian's saying something to the official. I don't know what it was.
He was talking to the official?
Yeah, or is he talking trash?
Or talking
to
trash.
the official?
He's like, God won't let me bang.
He got 5 elbows in a row and was clearly.
I saw that, yeah. You know, sometimes.
Oh, there's a 6th one. That was a
You'll
nasty
feel that tomorrow.
right elbow.
I mean, you feel every elbow tomorrow.
Wow.
None of them feel good.
Yeah, I mean, he's got his hand. I like Austin's hand position. See how he's smothering his chin, covering the mouth.
Not allow him to breathe.
Yeah, that's just such a good way to pin your opponent down and to find a big elbow and also to just smother them.
See, if anyone's questioning whether Julian had the gas tank to be able to grapple after boxing so much, he has not stopped moving. Every time he's on bottom, he's trying to work back up. If he was tired, he would be settling. He would be letting Austin get these positions, but he's continually trying to get back up, trying to take over the positions. He's just not stopping.
Now, he's clearly improved his wrestling, and that was one of his goals, coming back into MMA full time and making that commitment to it. And he's doing it against a tough customer.
So who's ahead on the scorecards in your guys' opinion?
Dude, I have no idea.
I just feel with the amount of leg kicks that he's landed that it's Austin Hubbard, but I'm not judging this fight. We're calling the fight.
I think first round probably went to Julian Lane. He almost had a knockdown. He rocked Austin. He had multiple submission attempts. This round definitely looks like it's going towards Austin. I think Austin is up on the points for round 2 with the strikes.
Yeah.
And now he's spent half of this round in top position.
Yeah, less than 30 seconds left in this. What has been an incredible fight. We've seen momentum switch. Julian Lane had the momentum. Then Austin Hubbard had it.
And Todd, you see it again and again. He threw that guillotine up and lost position, you know? I mean, yeah, he was close to submitting him, but why not just take the back, get some big strikes in, you know? But
it's
high risk, high reward.
Once again, that's the type of guy Julian is, I think.
Austin Hubbard and Julian Lane are going to go the distance.
Wow.
And I would have bet that it wouldn't have. Look at him talking smack to each other. I love it.
Watching the replays of the last round, see a really beautiful uppercut from Austin Hubbard that made Julian Lane back off. But it really was the kicking game of Austin that I think swung the striking in his favor. You know, and then even after being in multiple submission attempts and really, really close submissions from Julian Lane, Austin was not afraid to grapple, and he ended up capitalizing on it and taking it over towards the end of the third round.
Yeah, you saw those big elbows that Austin Hubbard was landing. This was a back and forth fight. And Jesse, when we looked at the card, this is what I'm like, there's no way this fight's going the distance.
Yeah, I really didn't think, you know, I was so excited for this. Seeing the names that were versing each other, this was the fight on the card that I was most excited for. And, you know, I hope the fans enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. I saw a lot more out of Julian Lane than I was expecting. I saw a lot more versatility, a greater skill set, even with his like large MMA experience. I think we all forget that because he has been doing bare knuckle boxing for so long, but he showed that there's no rust there, right? Like the theme of tonight has been, is ring rust real? And even though he's been in the ring, he hasn't been wrestling, he hasn't been grappling, and he showed that he still has the endurance and the capabilities of doing that.
Mad respect by both fighters. Let's get it up to Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 full rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard for the official decision. All 3 judges scored about 30 to 27 declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Austin Hubbard.
Austin, what's up, man? Austin, what's up, man? What a performance you put on tonight. You looked like a man on a mission there. How did you feel in that fight? You took on a very seasoned opponent in Julian Lane.
Yeah, I mean, I felt pretty good. I felt like I was controlling almost everything. Not gonna lie, he surprised me with those guillotines and got pretty close 2 or 3 times. Definitely gonna be on my toes. He did clip me once. But overall, I felt like I dominated that fight.
Yeah, man, you looked amazing. And yeah, it was surprising, right? Julian Lane's a bare knuckle boxer, but he also fought MMA for a very long time. He threw up those guillotines. You did a good job defending. Where did you feel the momentum switched in the fight?
Honestly, I never really felt like I lost momentum. I got started with kicks, which was my game plan. Stayed on the kicks. I felt like I landed more on the feet. Everywhere, really, so.
Absolutely, man. You looked amazing. Is there anyone you want to thank? I know you've worked so hard. I know you've had some adversity in your career. Shout out to XMMA for giving you guys a second chance, all the fighters. Is there anyone you want to thank tonight?
Thank you to my sponsors all over my shorts. Thank you, XMMA. Thank you, everyone here. Thank you, everyone back home in Illinois, back home in Colorado. Love you all. Thank you.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Austin Hubbard. Amazing job, bro.